horses are being moved to a boarding stable that's about 10 minutes from my house, 15 minutes from our vet. But anybody who knows, sorry about the camera, anybody who knows Kamani knows that she stresses out very easily. So, my board, and I haven't started paying, doesn't start until October. It is September 6th right now. The grass up here is starting to die, starting to be not very good. The horses are on 2 new types of hay along with their old type of hay very slowly just to get them used to their hay. And I was talking to one of the managers who I actually went to a Bible camp, a rodeo Bible camp with, and I believe she was a counselor if I remember correctly. So I was discussing, like, you know, she gets stressed out really easily. I know I have not started paying yet. Is there any way that until we move them, I can bring them up for a couple days here, a couple days there, because the grass is dead anyway. And just to get Kamani used to it, because she does stress out so quickly. And she said, absolutely. So I'm going to hook up the trailer. We're going to take the mares down. I actually just came up to feed them. We're going to take the mares down, and they're going to be in their new area for a night or two. And we're going to do this once or twice a week for the next 3 weeks, just to get them used to their neighbors, their surroundings. And that way, when I fully move them over, it's not one big, just giant move. And Kamani's been there one time to be ridden. You know, she's never been in the stalls or in the barn or anything. So, super freaking excited. They're here with the grass. You know, they'll get fed once because there's tons of grass everywhere, even though it's dead. But they're still going to get their 3 types of hay until the old hay is gone, and then they'll be fully switched over to their other 2 types of hay, which I'll go in depth on that on another video. So, yeah, I just got up here. I'm going to go hitch up the trailer, get my girls, and we're going to take them to their new boarding barn for a night or two, and then bring them back up and, you know, switch them for a couple weeks and just get them used to their surroundings. Girls are loaded, ready to go. And then I have to set up my part of the tack room with some of my stuff because they're not fully moving yet, so it's just gonna be some of my stuff. And so while I'm doing that, they can settle in and they'll be there, and they'll get 2 feedings today, even though it's already like 11:30. But that's okay. I'm still gonna feed them a little bit of hay, and then I'll feed them again tonight. So excited, they're gonna be close to the house. She's snorting at the gate. You're okay. Come on. So I'm going to turn her out first and watch her for a second while Avalon stands tied here. And then I'll turn her out literally maybe a minute or so after. I just want to make sure everything's going to go okay. And then I'm going to have to tie these up. Kamani's like, I want the weeds. Good, good. Okay, let's get Abby. I know, your friend's like 20 feet away from you. It's horrendous, isn't it? I got... Yeah, I got some hay string, tie these up so that they can't get their heads fully through. So they have this whole run, and then they have this step up into this run with 2 feeders. And the water will be in the other run that they just, the other stall. So I do want to walk down this line with them, and just so they know where they're at. They can still run, play. It's still big enough for them to buck and do zoomies, which I love that it's not super tiny. And it's all self-care. They'll be here for a night or two, and they'll go back up to the lake and do this a couple times a week till they get used to their surroundings. Come on, leave them alone. Well, the bucket I was going to use has a hole in it for water, so I can go get another bucket. So that's okay. I'll bring them another bucket tonight. I can say hi. You know, if you come in here, there's hay. Look it. Look it. Come on. Look, Kamani. There's hay, Kamani. Oh. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, there's hay in here. Good girl. Good girl. There you go. There, we got one. She's like, I don't know what this thing is. What is this thing? I never had one of these. Yeah, I might have to move that one because my hopes was that they'd each stand at one and face this way. Come here, Abby. There you go. There you go. You guys have 2 stalls. And there's 2 feeders. And throw you girls a flake in a minute. Yeah. Of course, you've got to go to the same feeder when there's 2 feeders. Okay, out. Come on, he freaked out and jumped over the edge. Okay, at least you guys know there's hay in here. Okay, so the horse that is fighting with my 2 is a gelding. And my 2 just are squealing and picking on him. He's picking on them. They'll get over it. But, of course, we're having water issues. Every bucket that they have available has holes in it. And so I have one, but it's out at my mom's and it's full of stuff. So now I have to run home to my boyfriend in my place, see if I have a bucket. If not, run home and get them a bucket. Because this is just going to be a couple times a week. So I can't just move their big trough here. It's just too much. It's a 300-gallon trough. It's way too much to move it every few days. Whatever. So what they have for now is a hay bag full of their old hay that they're almost out of. And then in each of these troughs, they have just a little bit of alfalfa and a little bit of the meadow mix grass hay. And I was gonna use... Kamani doesn't like geldings, apparently. So I was gonna use my ice chest to put water in there for them until I get a bigger trough to put in here temporarily. And of course, it's leaking as well. So I'm gonna go get them a trough. Hopefully they'll settle down. It's currently 1:40, so they have enough hay until I come back to feed tonight, because that is full with like 7 or 8 flakes, and then these are about quarter full each. So they'll be here a couple days, then they'll go back up to the lake. So we'll check on them when I bring that water tub back here in a few minutes, hopefully, if I have one at my house, which I'm hoping I do. Small change in plans. I went out to my parents and I got one of my smaller 70-quart water troughs. I just scrubbed it because it hasn't been used in a long time. Washed it out, went and bought a hose, and I have a couple bungee cords. I just wanted my own hose. I don't know. They have a lot of long hoses, and I don't want to round all those up. This is like a 50-foot hose. I have so much dirt on me. This is like a 50-foot hose, so I'm still going to wind it up and put it up every day. I just don't have to wind up as much. But we had to switch their hay and their water stalls because the hose doesn't reach the other stall. And I don't want to buy a second one just to go another 5 feet. So now their hay is in that stall and their water is in this stall. Going to hi Abby's. I'm going to bungee cord up their hose. Their hose here so I can fill their trough, and this is just until we move them fully in, since they're only going to be here a couple days and back at the field for a week or so, then here a couple days just to get them used to this area. So once they fully move, they'll have their big 300-gallon trough in here. Hi babies. And we just got hit with a really bad rain and hailstorm. Kamani is filthy. So yeah, it turns out these two horses over here are both geldings, and she really doesn't like them. Avalon's actually not being the bully today. It's more that one being the bully today. Just out there hanging out, eating weeds, while Avalon poops by Kamani's face with the mountains in the background. We have one more check-in on them tonight, and that'll be later this evening. We'll offer them some more hay. We will give them the meadow mixed hay, a flake each. They've been eating half a flake each for a couple days, so now we'll move it up to a flake each. And the reason we're going to come back and do that later is because it's 4 o'clock now, but, hi babies, 4 o'clock now, but they still have this entire hay net, and then in each of these feeders, they have a quarter of amount, oh you can see that, of some alfalfa. So there's a couple of reasons we're going to give them the meadow hay tonight and check on them again. And number one is just to check on them again. And number two is to give them that meadow hay. Hi, babies. Hi, babies. I know I was going to ride one of you two, but maybe tomorrow because we're supposed to get hit with more thunder and lightning and rain and hail like we just did like an hour ago. And I was soaked. And the other reason I'm doing this now is Avalon's starting to drop some weight. I don't know if you guys can tell in her hip. It's starting to kind of go in. So that grass being dead, I can pull her off of it every couple days and make sure she gets nothing but hay. And when I turn them back out on the field, I still give them hay every day. But this way I can guarantee she's getting what she needs. Because yeah, she never holds weight very well. So we're hoping this meadow mixed grass hay and a little bit of alfalfa each day is going to help her keep weight on, and eventually we'll start free feeding the meadow mix. Of course, it would not be a moving horses to a new property tour without an injury. This is still day one. They're not even fully moved in yet. She has a big slice into her leg. So we're gonna go hose it off. We're gonna see what it looks like. My medical kit, it's in the trailer. Where's the trailer? At home. So, good thing we're gonna come back and feed meadow grass in a couple hours, because if it needs it, I can doctor her leg. Oh, did I mention we have a medicine chute? Did I mention we have a wash bay? Did I mention they've only been here a few hours? If you're squeamish, look away. I actually don't think it's that bad now looking at it in the light. She probably got it, either A, she got it out at the lake and I didn't see it because of the tall grass, or B, she got it here kicking at that gelding. I don't think it's deep enough to need stitches. We're gonna hose it and find out lightly. And I don't really think I can wrap it, so I'm just gonna have to put creams and stuff on it for a few days and see if that's helping. So this is what it is. It's pretty big. It looks deeper than it is because of the lighting. So yeah, definitely gonna hose it off. Not a great day for a bath, is it, Mama? Alright, let's hose. You're not gonna like it, but we're gonna hose that off for a few minutes. Let's see if I can't without it being too, I think that's too hard. There. Just gonna hose it off for about 5 minutes. And then we'll put cream on it tonight when I come to feed. Okay, after hosing it for about 5 minutes, this is what it's looking like. It's really hard to... There it is. There's just that piece and that piece. Way, way thinner than what I thought they were. It means that she doesn't need stitches. I don't even know if they would stitch up that area unless it was really bad, because it's going to be hard to keep it in there. It does not need stitches at all. So she's going to stand here, let it air dry, and then we're going to put some ointment and creams and sprays on it tonight. While I got you, I'm going to show you both where the water is. Make sure you both know. There you go. Yeah. So we don't need nobody caulking on top of an injury. That, I mean, you're fine, but like, we still don't need it. Abby, you got cream and ointment put on your cut. And then it'll be good till tomorrow. Really touched your old hay. Come on, girls. Come on. They're standing over there confused. Avalon, come on. You gotta come this... You gotta come this way. Hey. Come on. Come in here. Look. There's some in here. There's some in there. And there's some in there. There's some good mixed hay in there for you, girls. There you go. Alright. Scoot over a little bit so I can go out. Abby, move over. Thank you. Good girls. Here, you guys have each a flake of the good stuff and a whole bag of old stuff. Yes, they have. They've drank some water. Good. All settled in for the night. Yeah, all settled in for the night. Good morning. Hi. Good morning. Oh, you tipped over your feeder. You ate all your old hay. Good girls. Mama gonna fill you up. Yes. Mama gonna top you off on hay. Good morning.